Hello students, you are welcome to Nuni Asar's English classes. Today we'll study the poem A Thing of Beauty, which is composed by John Keats. It's the fourth poem of grade 12. So first of all, we'll look into the life of John Keats. John Keats was born in London in 1795 and he died in Rome in 1821 when he was 25. He died of a deadly disease, that is tuberculosis, and it had become his family disease because his parents and his younger brother, they too died of the same disease. He is a romantic poet and his poetry is characterized by sensual imagery, means the imagery created in his poems appeals your five senses. You can see the things, you can feel them, you can smell them, you can listen to them, and you can taste. So the imagery that appeals your senses is known as sensory imagery. And this is found in most of his poetry work. It's a lyrical poem which is meant for particular subject. And today his poems are one of the most sought after creations in English literature. They are read widely by the people. The poem we are going to study is an excerpt. It's a small part of his epic poem, that is Endymion. And this poem, Endymion, is a romantic poem which got published in 1818. Introduction of the poem. A Thing of Beauty is an excerpt of the romantic poem as we already seen. It's a small part of the long poem Endymion. It's one of the best poems written about beauty. It was first published in 1818. The poem speaks about eternal beauty, everlasting beauty, the beauty that never fades away. It also depicts how the beauty of nature can turn sorrows away and brings us peace of mind. The poem also talks about eternal and internal peace. And this is very much relevant in the contemporary time. Now the world is facing very tough time. Everybody is full of tension, is suffering from the depression. And over here, the guidelines given by John Keats can prove to be the milestone in the life of everybody. This poem is based on a Greek mythology about a shepherd named Endymion. That's why the title of the poem is Endymion, because Endymion is the protagonist of that poem, central character. And Endymion, in his quest for his love Diana, he searches, he sets off in the search of his beloved called Diana. In search, he falls into love with an earthly maiden, but later on he finds out that earthly maiden, that girl, was none other than his beloved Diana he was searching for. But in this poem, we are given just two stanzas which basically focus on the natural beauty. We won't be told about Diana and Endymion. Nothing is spoken about these two characters over here. So first of all, we'll see the rhyme scheme of the poem and then we'll see the explanation. So we talk about the rhyme scheme. So let's see. Forever and never. First and second lines rhyme to each other. Keep and sleep. Third and fourth line rhyme to each other. Breathing and reading. Earth and dearth. Days and ways. All and Paul. Moon and boon. In this way, we find the rhyme scheme that goes on is A, B, B. We see the second stanza, we find daffodils, rills, First and second line, like the first stanza, they are rhyming to each other. Make and break, blooms and dooms, dead and red. Over here, children, see, R-E-A-D is pronounced in two ways. This is a verb. In its first form, the pronunciation is read. But in second and third form, the pronunciation is red. Like the pronunciation of R-E-D, red, name of color. And over here, have, heard or read, because the verb follows helping verb have. Has, have, had always take third form. So it is used in its third form. That's why pronunciation is read, not read. Be careful. So dead, red, drink and bring. Like stanza number 1, in second also rhyme scheme is A, B. So the whole poem has rhyme scheme A, B. Now we'll see the explanation part. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. The very opening line of the first stanza states that beautiful things are permanent in life. They give us joy that is permanent. The joy given by beautiful things in life never loses its value. Its loveliness increases, rather it is just opposite. Otherwise everything loses its value with the passage of time. But according to John Keats, the value of beautiful things increases with the passage of time. It is just contrary. It will never pass into nothingness. It means the beauty, beautiful thing. Beautiful thing never passes into nothingness. It means it never becomes worthless. It never loses its value. It's all-time valuable thing. Simply speaking, we can compare, if I use the banking language, we can say, according to John Keats, beauty is just like FD, fixed deposit. Like on fixed deposit, the rate of interest goes on multiplying with the passage of time. If we withdraw the same amount, the amount we deposited, we withdraw after 10 years, we'll find it is multiplied. The same way John Keats says that beautiful things are just like fixed deposit. Their value increases with the passage of time. The joy they give becomes worthwhile across the time. It becomes timeless. They are timeless. But we'll keep a bower quiet for us. Now, he tells us about the different forms of beauty. There is no a particular specific thing which gives us happiness. Rather, he says that there are different things which can be the form of beauty. So, metaphorically, he tells us that a bower quiet for us. Beautiful thing is just like a bower quiet for us. Bower is a shady place. When a person is walking in scorching heat, comes and sits under the shady place, lush green tree, under its shade the person, shade on shade, sits down, he feels very cool, very calm, very relaxed. That experience is everlasting with the person. Then he says that, and a sleep full of sweet dreams. Beauty is just like a sleep which is full of very sweet dreams. Another form of beauty is health and quiet breathing. Quiet breathing means at peace. Because when we are working something, when we are physically and psychologically disturbed, our breath just goes in and goes out very fast. We inhale and exhale very fast. But when we are happy, when we are overjoyed, when we are at rest, then we don't have any idea about our breath, whether we are inhaling or exhaling. We are at in very complete relaxed state. So he says that beautiful things are just like relaxed state also. So he compares beauty with so many things like sleep with sweet dreams, then shady place, and then relaxed state of mind and health. And he says, therefore, on every morrow, every tomorrow, every next day, we are reading a flowery band. We are making a delicate connection. Flowery band, a delicate connection. Flowery band means garland, a garland type of structure, which stands for delicacy, means very delicate connection. Every day we are binding ourselves or trying to bind ourselves to this earth, means we want to continue our life on this earth. Spite of despondence, and that continuity of our life is despite the fact. What is the fact? Actually, spite over here, this word spite has two meanings. One, it can be the short form of despite, in spite of that, or despite. Another meaning, spite itself means pain, a painful experience. So we'll understand in both the ways. Says that spite of dependence, he says that this life, our life is full of ugliness, full of negativity. Despite that ugliness in life, unpleasant moments in life, negativity in life, we try to continue living on this earth because we are trying to associate delicately with this life. We are trying to read, we are trying to make a very soft connection. What is this? Now he is giving the list of all those negative things. Despondence. He says that life is full of despondence, sorrow and sadness, of inhuman dearth of noble natures. Dearth, shortage. Noble natures means great people, good people, gentle people. He says there is a shortage of good people in this world, of gloomy days. Life is full of shortage of good people, and life is full of gloomy days also. Hopeless. There are moments in life when we feel very hopeless. We feel dejected. Of unhealthy, what else is there in our life? Unhealthy and overdarkened ways. Life is full of unhealthy ways, means faulty procedures, wrong activities, whether these wrong activities are done by we or they are done by others. But in both the cases, we are the sufferers, directly or indirectly. Then overdarkened ways means, overdarkened ways, we can take example of a dark tunnel. When we pass through that dark tunnel where there is no light, we don't see what is around. We can't see, rather, I would like to say, we can't see what is all around us. We are wrapped into the darkness only. So that stands for uncertainty. Over darkened ways means uncertainties in life. So he says that life is full of all the negative things like sorrow and sadness, despondence. Inhuman dearth of noble nature means shortage of the good people. Gloomy days, days full of hopelessness. Then wrong things, unhealthy ways means wrong things, negative things, and over darkened ways means uncertainty. So all these negative things just characterize our life, made for our searching. But John Keats doesn't criticize all these things. Rather, he is trying to make a great point over here. He is trying to show that there is a great balance in this nature, and all these ugly things balance against the beauty, or we can say the beautiful things, because he is emphasizing beauty. So let's say this way, beauty in life balances against all these negative things, all this ugliness of life. These ugly things and negative things in life made us, they force us, compel us for our searching. we are forced by all these things that we start searching for beauty in life. When there is a shortage of good people, we try to search for the good people more and more. When there is hopelessness, we always try to find the moment which are filled with hope. So in this way, this dark side of life compels we people to search for the bright side of the life. Yes, in spite of all the things which are mentioned by John Keats, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. Because of these negative things, our spirit has become dark. Spirit has become dark means we have become sad. We have become depressed. But one beautiful thing, one beautiful experience in our life will move this pall of ugliness. Pall is a dark cloth. So we can understand this way. The happiness in life is compared to a glowing bulb. Suppose there is a glowing bulb, and if we cover that glowing bulb with a dark and a black cloth, so the brightness of the bulb will be reduced. The light will become very dim. The same way, the ugliness in life is just like a black cloth. It's a pall. It's compared to pall. And happiness and the pleasure in life, the blissful moments in life are compared with the glowing bulb. So when we are surrounded by the ugly things, sad experiences, negative things, we feel depressed, we feel hopeless. But he says that don't give up in this situation. Continue on your way. And the moment you will encounter a beautiful experience, it will be as if the black cloth is taken off the glowing bulb and the bulb will glow once again with the same brightness it was glowing earlier. Means we will be as happy as earlier. So the phases, life undergoes different phases. The life undergoes thicks and thins. But when we are facing the difficult time, John Keats advises not to give up. Just continue in the search of positive side of the life and you will reach there. This is the meaning. Now he's gonna give us the list of all those good things, positive things, beautiful things like sun. The rising sun and the setting sun gives a beautiful sight. The moon at night, again a beautiful object which gives us a lot of happiness, symbolizes great beauty. Trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. Another example of beauty is trees. Greenery, simply speaking, plants, trees and all these things. For simple, because they are sprouting means they are creating, they are making shady boon. They are creating shade. Shade for whom? For simple sheep. Actually, the word simple sheep, you must underline and understand this is a very deep metaphor. You must have seen Jesus Christ. In some of the pictures, he is holding a lamb in his arms. Lamb stands for sheep and lamb. That stands for innocence. So John Keats wants to say that obviously sun, moon, these trees, plants, everybody sees all these things. But people are not feeling happy. He says that for that we need to be very innocent at heart. Only then you can enjoy the beauty of nature, when you are very innocent, just like a child, just like lamb. You see the lambs, the way they are making frolickings and all these things when they are in nature, when they are in the grassland and all. So he says that to enjoy the beauty of nature, we must be very pure at heart, very innocent. Then only we can enjoy the natural beauty. What is another example? And such are daffodils. He says that daffodils also are the form of beauty with the green world they live in. And daffodils are found where? In the green world, in the forest. And another example he gives, clear rills. Rills, small stream of water. Clear rills, small streams of water which are flowing with the crystal clear water, pure water. That for themselves cooling covert makes against the hot season. These cooling coverts, these small streams of water also give us very pleasant experience, especially in summer season, hot season. Either we drink the cool water out of them or we splash our face. It gives us heavenly joy. Such a cool experience. Then he says the mid forest break. Another example of beauty is a bush. Break is a type of bush which is found in jungle. Rich with sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. And when this bush bears flowers, when flowers bloom on this bush, they spread such a beautiful, such a pleasant smell all around into the atmosphere, which is again the form of beauty. And then he says that, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms. Grandeur means greatness, glory. Dooms, death. Here, John Keats is taking a U-turn. So far, he was talking about all the natural objects, which are the source of beauty, and beauty is the source of joy. But now he says that even death is a form of beauty. But which death? He's not talking about the simple death. He says, we have imagined for the mighty dead, death of the great people. And who are the great people? The people who die for the cause of something. The people who die while serving their nation, serving the society, and serving the humanity at large. These people are great. Freedom fighters are great. Soldiers are great. So John Keats says that death of these people, the people we read in the stories, the lovely tales about them, we read either in history books or we read in story books. So death of these people is also one of the forms of beauty, is also very beautiful. Everybody would love to die the death of a soldier, a martyr, who lays his life because of the service of his country. Everybody would love to die the death of a freedom fighter. So he says that this form of death is really beautiful, is one of the examples of beauty. All lovely tales that we have heard or read about those great people. An endless fountain of immortal drink. And then he concludes by saying that this beauty is showering on we people. Pouring onto us means it is showering on us from heaven's brink, from space, from all above, from, you can say, nature. Simply speaking, we can say it is showering on us from nature. Endless fountain, and it is just like an endless fountain. There is no particular time when it descends on earth. Rather, 24/7, the beauty is being showered onto we people by this Mother Nature. Simply speaking, open your eyes and behold the beauty. This is the underlining fact about this poem. John Keats says that the things around us can give us many reasons to be happy, to be hilarious. But for that we need to have a particular type of point of view of life. We need to change our gestalt to look at life. We need to look at life in a very different way. Then only we can enjoy it. And obviously, a big salute to John Keats, who shouldered 3-4 dead bodies of his family members, writes about beauty in life. Means he has lived this spirit of beauty. That's why he says that you will face many challenges in life. You will face so many tough times. You will undergo thicks and thins. You will suffer a lot of pains and troubles in your life. But wait, life gives you people beautiful moment also. Don't give up. Continue your journey. If unhappiness is there right now, happiness is just waiting at the next step. This is what John Keats wants to say with the help of this poem. Now we'll see the poetic devices used in this poem. So over here, students, you can see the 5 colored patches, different colored patches. And first one is alliteration. So wherever you can see the red letters, these are the examples of alliteration, the repetition of consonantal sound. So we can see band and bind, ba sound is repeated. Despondence and dearth, da sound repeated. Noble natures, ne is repeated. Some shape, se is repeated. Such the sun, again se is repeated. Sprouting a shady boon, again se is repeated. Simple sheep and such, again se is repeated. That for themselves, their sound is repeated. And cooling covert, ka sound is repeated. So all these are the examples of alliteration. Next one is metaphor, creative use of language. Simply speaking, a type of comparison, indirect comparison. So the phrases and words you see in blue ink, they are the examples of metaphor. A thing of beauty is a metaphor for internal peace and eternal peace. Internal and eternal peace. Next one is bower. Bower is again bower, sleep, sweet dreams, health and quiet breathing. All these 5 things mentioned over here are used for internal peace only. They stand for peace. Next is noble natures. Noble nature is a metaphor for good people, great people. Unhealthy and overdarkened ways. Unhealthy ways and overdarkened ways. Unhealthy ways stand for negativity in life, wrong activities in life, and overdarkened ways symbolize that is the metaphor for that uncertainties in life. So these are main metaphors used in the first stanza. And next one is imagery. The green words and phrases you can find over here means the things which you can visualize. So what we can visualize? This poem is very rich in imagery. Flowery band, the earth. Next one is Paul. Then sun, moon, trees old and young. All these are examples of imagery. Daffodils, green world means forest. We can visualize the clear rills. Mid-forest break, musk rose, mighty dead means the great people martyrs. Endless fountain and heaven's brink. Brink is actually the edge of any pot. So in this way, all these phrases are the example of imagery created in the poem. Next one is symbolism, means objects are used to mean something. And the phrases which are in purple color, you can see dark spirits. Dark spirit symbolizes sadness and depression in life. Simple sheep symbolizes innocence. Next one is immortal drink. Immortal drink symbolizes that permanence in life. So these few are the examples of symbolism. Coming to next and the last is enjambment. Enjambment is the poetic device in which one line runs into the next line to make the sense complete. Let's see from the beginning. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. The first line is self-sufficient. The meaning is clear and we needn't read it further. Then second line is its loveliness increases. Again, it gives complete sense. Then it will never. Now over here, if we stop with never, it becomes meaningless, senseless. So to complete the sense, we need to go over the next line and then complete the meaning. It will never pass into nothingness. Now the meaning is clear. So you can see the second line runs into the third line to make the sense complete. Next one is but will keep. If we stop over here, it becomes nonsense. So we have to go all over to the fourth line, but will keep a bar quiet for us. Over here, the meaning is complete. Honestly, so in this way, students, if you continue reading, you will find that the lines are running into the next line to make their meanings clear. And this is the example of enjambment. So this poem, complete poem, is the beautiful example of enjambment. Now we'll see the theme of the poem. A Thing of Beauty is a poem written by John Keats that we have already done and seen and read and discussed. The poem hinges on the idea, centers on, means revolves around the idea that beautiful things are the source of great joy and happiness. The poet says that the creations made by God provide energy and happiness. The things present around us give a lot of reasons to make us feel happy. Simply speaking, if we finish the theme in one line, it will be natural objects are the source of eternal peace and happiness. Coming to next is message. The poem conveys the message that a thing of beauty is a joy forever. It transcends time, means it is not bound in time. Beautiful thing is timeless. It never loses its worth with the passage of time. Rather, it's all valuable, all time valuable, all time worthwhile. It will never fade away. Beauty has the power to remove darkness and negativity and helps us survive when there is dearth of noble nature or when one is surrounded by evil. So according to John Keats, in life we are bound to face the negative situations, unpleasant situations, troubles, pains and sufferings. They are the part and parcel of our life. But it talks about the other dimension of life, which is very beautiful. That depends on our thinking, our point of view, our lookout, our gestalt, how we look at life. So my dear students, believe in what John Keats says and you will find life starts taking a U-turn. So thanks for now. That's all. We'll see you soon with the next poem. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.